Alright, my latest Home Assistant project involves this extra Stream Deck that I had and an extra Raspberry Pi. Using the Stream Deck companion app that you can search on YouTube and figure out how to install some stuff. I have some scripts like TV power. It'll actually power on the TV and the soundbar. Also some Roku commands and stuff I'll show you. Let me turn the volume down. This is page 1. I can do the whole Roku. Like, here's the home button. Bring you the home button. Next page. Live TV brings you into like broadcast TV. WGN Channel 9. Netflix, obviously, pulls up Netflix. Plex, so on. I have a script in Home Assistant that when I press HDMI 3 will actually change the TV to HDMI 3. I'll do that now. And it will turn on my Lenovo computer here. Takes a second because it's awake on LAN. There it is, turning on. And that'll turn on. I have another script to turn off the computer. Plex, volume up, volume down on all the pages because it's easier that way for me. Couch lamp, I can turn the lights on and off. Fan over there, turn that off. Air conditioner stuff. And then let me turn the air off, that's loud. Okay, and then the computer turned on. And now to turn that off, I can do Lenovo 2 power off. There it goes. Power everything off on the TV. And then I also added the RPi 4, Raspberry Pi 4 shutdown, which is an SSH halt, sudo halt. So I'll press that. Takes a second. It powers everything off. So I'm going to show you how I did a lot of this. I'm going to the computer. Alright, so this is take 3 of me recording this. I just completely recorded myself muted. I do that all the freaking time. Anyway, Raspberry Pi Imager, that's what I'm going to use. Go search for Bitfocus Companion. You're going to have to log in or sign up for an account, which I did, and then you download the Bitfocus Companion file, which there's plenty of YouTube videos on how to do it, and there's YouTube videos on this step too. So choose device, my case, Raspberry Pi 4. Choose the OS. It's going to be all the way at the bottom. Use custom. Companion Pi, img.gz, okay. Choose storage. Let me plug in something real quick. Okay, this is not actually going to be the, I'm just showing you guys this step. So, choose the storage, click next. For me, I clicked edit settings. I added the host name is rpi4, my username and password, and my LAN, which the LAN did not set up, so I'll show you that in this video. And then your locale, I'm closest to Chicago, so it's Chicago. Also, this wireless LAN US, tried that. For some reason, the Wi-Fi didn't take, but the user took. Services, enable SSH, use password. That's fine. This is just hosted on my network. Options, that's all up to you. And then click save, and then click yes, and then there'll be another yes. So let it do its thing. I'm going to click no. No, I'm closing it since I've already done this. All right, let it do its thing. It's going to verify, and then it's going to say, hey, your USB, or your SD card's ready to use. Pull it out of your computer, pop it into the Pi, plug the Pi into a monitor, a keyboard, mouse, and turn it on. Let it do its thing. It's going to take a minute. It's actually going to reboot twice. And then on the second reboot is when you can log in using that username, in my case, Jim. And if you have it on the network, you can SSH into it. But because maybe you don't know the IP address of it yet, or maybe you want to connect it to the Wi-Fi, that's why I suggest you have it plugged into a keyboard, mouse, and monitor. And then when you're in the command prompt, this is going to be kind of what you see here. I'll clear that out. Okay. Do a sudo sudo nmtui. That's Nancy, Mary, Tom, Unicorn, India. Press enter. Edit a connection. If Wi-Fi is not listed here, add it. In my case, it is. I'm going to click edit to show you guys. Wi-Fi connection 1, fine, that's cool for the name. SSID, type in your wireless name. Mine for this VLAN is Wi-Fi 2. Security, my case, WPA2, probably yours too. Maybe WPA3, mine is 2 on this network. Your password, you can show password if you want. BSSID, all this, leave the same. You should be good unless you have a special use case. IPv4, this is where you can actually set it a static. Click manual. I do that on router, on my router. So, and when you're done, click OK. And then click back. Click activate a connection. And then choose the Wi-Fi and then activate it. Mine's activated, so like it would say activate here instead of deactivate. All right, so now you should be connected to Wi-Fi if you're not already connected to wired. Do ifconfig ifconfig. It will show you your IP address. The one you're looking for wireless is WLAN0. My case, it is 192.168.1.89. If you're connected wireless, you're going to look for ETH0, and there'll be an IP address here. There's not for me since I'm Wi-Fi on this device. All right, once you have your IP address, you can actually head over to your browser. You can, on your computer, go to Windows or whatever you're using. My case is Windows. Really doesn't matter. And then head over to the IP address or host name, :8000. So in my case, it would be 192.168.1.89 :8000. And then head over to connections. I don't want to move this because I have a token behind there, which I'm sure doesn't really mean anything, but for this. So what you want to do is add a connection, add Home Assistant server. You're going to need an access token. So head over to your Home Assistant, click your profile, click security, scroll all the way down to the bottom and click create token. Give it a name, like test 1, 2, 3. Fine for me. I'm going to delete this. Copy this token, and you're going to paste it into I don't know how I'm going to do this because I got to switch tabs. It's going to show my token. I guess it really doesn't matter. I'll delete it after the video. Paste it in here. and then click save, and then you should get a green check mark. Just make sure this Home Assistant URL is, local to you. I haven't, if you're, worried about the certificate, you can ignore the certificate signing if it's self-hosted. This is just HTTPS on my local network. Post it in there, access token, click save. For me, I added you can search Roku TV, click add. It'll come up like this. My Roku is 192.168.1.90 as a static address on my router. Target port 8060. I have been noticing that there's been the triangle of death, but all I do to fix that, because it actually works on the companion app, it'll turn everything on, it'll do everything. But if I turn it off and then back on, it'll connect back up. Then the last thing you search for is SSH, generic SSH. I added this, and then add in your information. For me, it's localhost because this is actually hosted on this device. If it's not hosted on this device, you might need to do the IP address or whatever. My username, which was Jim, and that password, this is just a test password. And then make sure you save it. So now that is set up, those three things, that's what I'm using now. In Home Assistant, I have a few scripts. Let's show you those real quick. So the buttons themselves for the Roku, this is off screen, so I can show you like a preset. Jimmy TCL is my Roku TV. So you can actually do like keys. You can bring over different keys. You just click it, drag it, drop it. Now there's a duplicate home button, but I can just show you that way. One thing I noticed in that is the power is either on or off. It's not toggle. And volume, I don't use volume. I use the sound bar. So I mostly just use these keys for Roku. For the presets for Home Assistant, I am using the script, but you can also use switch, which is either on or off, not both. You can't toggle. Input Boolean, which on or off, can't toggle. Same with light. And there's, I don't know, it's just kind of a learning curve here. So what I ended up doing is scripts. For page one is basically Roku, script, and then these are all Roku. So script, Roku. Page 2, this live TV is through Roku. Change input, TV tuner. Netflix, change input, launch app, Netflix. Hulu, which I pulled the graphics from from Google. Prime Video. Disney Plus. See, it gives you options of like what do you want. Disney Plus. This is an example of a script. So my subwoofers, when it gets late at night, I like to shut them off. So I put a Zigbee outlet that's controlled in Home Assistant. So Home Assistant server, script, toggle subwoofer outlet. I'll show you the script in a minute. Same with the power toggle TV and soundbar power. Volume up soundbar, volume down soundbar. HDMI 3, I have a Home Assistant automation that when HDMI 3 on the TV is triggered, it will automatically wake on LAN the computer. This is a script to shut down the computer. And this is the Roku choose Plex free movies and TV. And my third page here is a script to toggle the couch lamp, a script to toggle the fan, a script to toggle the AC and its temperatures, and then scripts for, these are on all the pages. And then the back, forth, and pause are Roku key presses, play, forward, rewind. And then this last button here, RPi shutdown, is a SSH command of sudo halt, which will shut it down. I can also do sudo reboot or I guess really any SSH command, but I wanted it to shut down that Pi. So that's the command I have is sudo halt. I probably will change this in the future, or at least get rid of it maybe. Haven't decided. But I'm going to show you my scripts here that I'm using for this project, or some of them at least. Remote scripts. So I have the power toggle for the soundbar and TV, which is a remote send command to the living room hub to power toggle the TV. And I'm sorry, power toggle the remote that would control the soundbar, and then send the media player toggle to my TV. So media player.tcl underscore Jimmy is my TV, and then this number is my living room harmony hub. Soundbar volume up and down look the same. Basically sends commands either up or down. The command is volume up with a capital U and a capital V. Toggle the subwoofer is switch.toggle is the service. Switch.subwoofer outlet is my outlet. The Roku HDMI 3, basically select the source. I'm actually not using that for this project. That's for another project. So anyway, more HA scripts here. Couch lamp toggle, same thing. Switch.toggle, switch.couch. Fan 2, same thing. It's all basically the same thing for my scripts. But it's nice to have them as scripts because I can use them in other projects too. Once that's all set up, obviously your Stream Deck will look something like this that I showed off in the beginning of this video. Surfaces is going to be your actual Stream Deck, Elgato Stream Deck, and then I added an emulator. After you add the emulator, you can actually open the emulator, and I can actually control it on any device by going to that IP address or hostname :8000/emulator, and then the emulator ID. If that makes sense. I don't know how much I'm going to use this though, since the actual Stream Deck is sitting there. Import, export. I recommend you exporting everything, because then it's, if it dies, you have a copy of it. I think that's it that I want to show on this video, but the connections are the big thing. So if you have any questions, hit them in the comments. Thank you.